Go for it.
Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the ground.
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank, dude. I'm your host, Strider Wilson, dude. We got Aaron going beast mode on the sticks, dude. What's going on, Aaron, dude?
What up?
Dude, I'm over here just posted up, chilling, dude. I'm enjoying the ambiance of the studio right now, dude. For those of you watching over YouTube, I got a sick-ass skateboard behind me, you know, decorated with some nice-ass bottles of liqueur, fine liqueurs. You know, dude, here's the thing, dude. In my home, you know, when me and my dank-ass wife were nesting, bro. Nesting, we were creating our nest together, deciding, you know, what art pieces we wanted to put up, you know, where my lava lamp was gonna go, stuff like that. I was like, dude, it'd be freaking sick to just have a few like bottles of freaking JMO that I've housed, you know, sort of decorate the top of this credenza. And then my dank ass wife was like, I think it's tacky when people decorate their homes with booze. I was like, I don't know about that. I disagree. Look, I was overruled. The bottles of JMO got recycled, but you know, I'm still coming around on that. So I have to tell you, a place of business decorated with fine liqueurs, that's tight. That's some Don Draper shit, dude. I want people to step in here and I want to talk about big decisions, dude. Make executive fucking decisions, dude. Pour myself a bevy and make a speech, dude. Aaron, where do you stand on speeches, bro?
I've given plenty.
Do you like to give or hear a speech more?
Give.
Really? Okay, yeah, I feel that. A lot of people are afraid to speak in public. A lot of people would probably say, oh, hell no. I'm not orating.
I mean, I'd be nervous about it, but listening to a speech kind of blows.
Can suck.
Yeah.
Graduation ceremony can suck.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, most likely, probably sucks. A good short speech, though, like something from an athlete. Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, I think. I don't know what his address was at Gettysburg when he was staying there. But, dude, I'm fired up. I think a good halftime speech like Pacino in Any Given Sunday, the inches we need, or Pacino in Scent of a Woman, nothing is worse than an amputated spirit. Pacino can deliver a speech.
Yep.
Warriors. When there are warriors delivering speeches, you know, Braveheart, would you be willing to trade all of this for just one chance? When you're lying in your bed many years from now, the English are too many. And that one fucking bitch ass guy, but then he gets riled up. Legit turn to that scene. And Maximus, dude. If you find yourselves walking through fields of barley, fear not, my friends, for you're in Elysium, and you're already dead. I love when dudes in war movies laugh. You know, Alexander the Great, we did a speech on him. Also, a good-ass speech in a courtroom drama. Atticus Finch, To Kill a Mockingbird. Mr. Jefferson Goes to Washington. What's that actor's name? Fucking
Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart. Oh, Mary, that guy. I'm Jimmy Stewart. Imagine that guy. Imagine Jimmy Stewart ordering at Starbucks. I'm like a half calf, mocha frap, and soy misto. Sir, that's two different drinks. Well, one's for me, one's for Mary. I'd be like, dude, just figure it out. Do you know how proud I am when I go to the coffee shop and fucking nail my order, dude? And I say it loud. Vente, cold brew, light ice. Strider. How do I spell that? Strider. And then I just keep it moving. Sir, you forgot to pay. Shit. Let me pull up my points. Shit. My car's empty. I need to reload. Shit. People respect that, dude. You know? Sometimes you got to just feel emotions, you know, to protect your masculinity in that. I was wrong in that Starbucks. I should have just looked at everyone and said, sorry. Instead, I just said, shit, that one's on me. My B. Looked at everyone, shit, my B. Then I looked at the person behind me, you, sir, what are you getting your drinks on me, my B? Then he ordered too big of a drink. I said, fuck you. Aaron, do you think you have an authoritative dad yell? I really got to give a shout out and a big thanks to our sponsor, Tushy. Taking a dump shouldn't cost you money. I don't know anyone who's going to disagree with that. So end your relationship with costly toilet paper. Stop wiping and start washing. Go to hellotushy.com/dank and use promo code DANK for 10% off your first order. That's hellotushy.com/dank for 10% off. hellotushy.com/dank for 10% off. Also, got to give a huge shout out to Babbel. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm fired up on my Polish, dude. It's coming along perfectly, dude. My travel plans, do you have travel plans? Look, on my honeymoon, we locked it in. We're doing Spain and Portugal. We're not going to Poland. But there is a time when I'm going to go there, and I'm going to be ready to brush up. So if you're traveling, learn to speak like a local with Babbel, because Babbel, you can get, you know, start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Best place to learn how to learn a new language is immerse yourself. A lot of people, you know, we can't afford to do that or take, you know, time off to go live somewhere else. Babbel is helping you do that right from your computer. It's easy. I love it. Get started right now with 50% off your Babbel subscription for our listeners. That's right. Go to babbel.com/dank. That's 55% off babbel.com/dank, spelled BABBEL.com/dank. Rules and restrictions may apply. Okay, hey, come on. Something like that. All right, let's calm it down.
I mean, you wouldn't know it when my child is acting up, but I feel like for public situations, I do.
What does that kind of sound like?
I don't know that
like imagine I'm about to run into the traffic. I'm excited. I'm your daughter. You know, the park's across the street. Yes, it is a green walking man sign, but I haven't looked both ways.
Yeah.
I mean, what is going on there?
Hey, hold hands. Hey.
That's a great, Aaron, that's a great one right there. Hey, all right. I was recently, Aaron, made fun of for my dog dad voice by a woman in her apartment. She didn't even see me, but there was a coyote. There's a coyote, okay? It's summertime. I live right by Griffith Park. And look, the coyotes wander down, and I've got a little 19-pound dog, and I'm walking them, and I pick them up, and I see a coyote, and I go, just like you just did, Aaron. I go, hey, come on now. I look at the coyote. I go, are you serious? Are we serious? Let's keep it going. Kind of like that. And then I started going, like self-conscious about my primal yell, which is the least primal thing in the world. I mean, there's no primal aspect of me. There's no man to the man that I am. And there's a woman in her apartment that sensed that, and she goes, just calm down. She said this from her window. And I was like, I have a little dog. There's a coyote. And the girl goes, they were here first. They won't do anything. Just relax. Says that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, I'm not going to trust a wild coyote.
Yeah.
And this lady, okay? I was like, why don't you just go back to OnlyFansing? Okay, no shame on that, but I know you're in there OnlyFansing.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I subscribe to you on OnlyFans. Thank you for your work. Goth moms breastfeed. I'm into it. Goth mom breastfeeding, shaming man's primal scream as he tells Coyote to stay away from small dog. I'm into that. There's a market for that. Anyway, what I'm getting at today is the ability to communicate effectively with respect and meet salient points. And today, our story is something called the Eloquent Peasant. Aaron, have you ever heard of this?
No.
This is an ancient Egyptian story. It tells us of Egyptian ideals, mainly in regards to justice, honor, respect, their due process of law. So we learn about the Egyptian justice system here. This story was composed around, they estimate 1850 BC, dude. So that's a long ass time ago, dude. Now, this story survives on different clay tablatures. That's how obviously Egyptians would write in their hieroglyphics on, obelisks and their temples and shit like that. But there was also tablets that people could maybe possess or own in their home or take out or put on display in a city square or some shit like that, dude. This story survives multiple fragmentary copies, which also suggests that it was a popular story copied over many times and written down. So it could have been like, something that's been remade a ton of times, like A Star is Born. It's been redone a ton of times. Okay? Or what other movie's been made a ton of different times that keeps getting remade? Star is Born's 3 remakes.
Yeah.
What else has like 3 remakes?
Jeez.
I know there's some out there.
Yeah.
I'll think of some. But anyway, a popular ass story, dude. Okay? They say, Egyptologists say, based on style of language, it comes from Middle Egypt, which, like I said, was around 1850 BC. So it seems that the story was drafted long after the time in which the action is set. It's not proven, maybe this is real or not. The king in reference is a real king's name, but it also could have just been the king from that time, but it could have been another king presiding, Those details we'll never know. What we do know is that, and I've mentioned this before, if you've listened to, I have a fascination with Egypt, and if you listen to an episode of mine where I did Egyptian art, because I want to learn more about the culture, and a good way to study it is through the art, and in that episode, I learned of a god called Ma'at. Now, the Ma'at is an Egyptian god, the goddess, I should say, of truth, justice, harmony, and balance, but it's also a concept, Ma'at in Egyptian, which is sort of like Stoke, It's similar. Stoke is, of course, with boosting the vibes and the general overall fucking dankness of a situation. Ma'at is more about honor and justice and order. But I just want you to know it is a goddess, but it's also sort of this concept or essence. First appears in the Old Kingdom. That dates from about 2600 BC to 2100 BC. What we're dealing with right now is around 1850 BC, all estimates, of course. But you'll remember from that episode, I would like to for first-time listeners, describe, but also, rekindle the imagination and the visual imagery of this fucking... It's a drawing. It's not a hieroglyphics, but it's fucking Ma'at, the god posting up, and often displayed and anthropomorphized as a winged woman, and with an ostrich feather on her head, or simply a white ostrich feather. The feather meaning for balance, and then it has a scale, truly like a balancing scale. And the idea is that if you've lived a good life, the weight that is bared on your soul will be light as a feather because you won't have shit to worry about. You'll have integrity. But if you've got stuff weighing on your soul, like, if you snake someone's wave or try to hook up with the bros GF or something like that, that's going to weigh on your soul. It means you're a bad dude, and then you're not going to be posting up with Ma'at in the good land or living, in the afterlife. And the Egyptians were huge on the afterlife, as we all know, with mummies and such. So very, very important to keep that in mind as we go through this story of the Eloquent Peasant. And I also like this too because we love competency among the common man. It's a theme in Hollywood. It's like, look, you have the socialites, you have the elites, you have the landowners, as we'll learn. We're going to learn about a little bit about Egyptian class system here to a degree. And we always love whether it be an athlete, an artist, and in this case, it's an eloquent peasant. It's a man who's able to orate and say his case before and eloquently describe, and what's the word that I'm looking for? Articulate his case before the magistrates. And what's that horrible movie with thinking Robert Downey Jr. when Jamie Foxx plays the cello? He's a homeless dude.
The Soloist.
Yeah, The Soloist, bro. Is that based on a true story?
Not as far as I know.
Yeah. See, The Soloist is honestly, your time would be better spent soloisting yourself by your laptop than watching that freaking movie, dude.
It was a attempt to win a back-to-back Oscars and did not work.
The pandering like that never works.
Yeah.
So let's get into, before we get into this story, which I'll summarize for you briefly in ancient Egyptian, kidding, of course, through translation. Let's talk about some of these ideals of Ma'at. Apparently there are 42 ideals, and some they're sick, dude. These are things that we should all, let's just say, Hail, Hepket, who comest forth from Ker'ah, I have not committed robbery with violence. That's good. That's good. That's fucking tight, dude. Then this website, luckily, I won't read them all like that. Just means I respect the property of others, is, just sort of modernized. The updated modernized stuff is just a little bit easier to listen to. You got sick ass stuff like here. I listen to opposing opinions. Fucking fired up on that. What's also beautiful about this, and you don't have to get too heavy handed, because Dan Carlin, my boy, does a great job of this. I'm saying these things, you as the listener, I know and trust are obviously freaking have dankness in your dome. I don't need to go, oh man, I listen to the opinions of others. Think we could do more of that today. Shut up, Strider. Shut up. Just, let you guys make your own connections. I follow my inner guidance. Maybe I will get heavy-handed here. That just means you're boner. If you have a boner, you follow that wood. I converse with awareness. I keep waters pure. Don't pee in the pool. That's an obvious thing. This reminded me, Aaron, you were saying before the pod, and let me know if it's too much to bring up. Some schmoll-ass lifeguard was like, dude, no T-shirts in the pool?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
My father would be displeased by that, which is a phrase that I've uttered very many times to very, very, very many people working in the service industry, because I'm a little bitch. My father would be displeased by that. Because I say that because my dad was a dermatologist, and he would make us wear a shirt in the pool. Was your shirt something sick that said, I'd rather, accept, violent, I would rather have, fuck, dude, butchering this joke. I saw this shirt the other day when I was in Orange County. It was a genius shirt. It said, I'd rather have, he goes, I would rather take violent fucking, I don't know, I'll have to look it up. I should just go to the Big Dog's website. Sorry for that, everyone. Sorry for putting everyone's mind through that. But your shirt was just a normal shirt, Aaron?
It was probably a softball championship shirt.
That's awesome.
Right.
This lifeguard probably lost to you at some point.
Also, every lifeguard there is wearing a cotton T-shirt.
Exactly.
To keep from getting sunburned. That's what all I was doing.
Exactly. Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal, dude. Go back there and put a dookie in that guy's pool. Kidding. Don't want to ruin it for everyone. That would not be upholding to the pillars of Ma'at. Ma'at. Because one of them is I create harmony. I also invoke laughter, so maybe the dookie in the pool is good.
Exactly. Not a real dookie. It's Baby Ruth bar.
Aaron, correct. I remain in balance with my emotions. I speak positively of others. I care for the earth. I can be trusted. I honor animals with reverence. I relate in peace. I consume only my fair share. This is good shit. I mean, this part right here, those pillars, that really fired me up about this story. Really fired me up. Also, I don't want to spoil it. It's a good story. It has a nice twist and turns and an ending that you just might like. So without further ado, let's fucking get into this, dude. Okay? Let's get into this. Story begins with, now, I got to try to pronounce these names. K'un Anup, leaving his wife, that's the peasant, okay? Leaving his wife and children at home to travel south to market with his goods. So he's a peasant. He's not a slave. Obviously, there are slaves in Egypt. We all know that. We're familiar with the book of Exodus. Also, slaves would sometimes be paid in beer. Egyptians were beer drinkers, by the way. Fucking legit, dude. The Romans, later on, with like the Hellenism of Alexander the Great and the Ptolemies, that's who brought like wine and stuff to Egypt. Before that, it was beers, baby, for fucking days, dude. And you know they were probably housing fucking dank ass IPAs, bro.
Well, they had no method they didn't understand how to sterilize water.
Yeah.
So it was actually healthier to drink alcohol that's killed the germs in it versus water.
It's 100% true. It would help with like cholera, limiting cholera outbreaks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, that went all the way up to like there was huge cholera outbreaks in London in like the 1800s. Yep. And tea also helped because the hot water. So you would boil your, it would behoove you to boil your water before you drank it, even though you're living in the desert, to kill off a lot of those germs. Yeah. Funny enough, do you know what the cure for cholera is?
No.
Is drinking more water. Because it drains your system of water. Of course, you have to drink more clean water. You can't drink more cholera-ridden water, but like that's it. You have to literally drown it out and just keep hydrating. Anyway, sometimes there's still cholera outbreaks today. But Aaron, that's exactly right, dude. Beer was good for you, bro. Yeah. And if you were following the rules of Ma'at, you would only consume your fair share. You wouldn't get too plastered.
Yeah.
Unless you were freaking raging, having fun, dude. So we got our freaking peasant cruising out to the market, dude. In the story, there's a detailed list of what he's carrying. It's valuable. He's got good shit with him, okay? He's on his journey, and he's got to pass through the property of a landowner, this guy, Nemtin Kot, okay? Let's just call him Shmuel. He's one of the upper class. He sees the peasants good, and he goes, you know what, dude? I'm going to fucking steal this shit. Because in Egypt, the way the system works, if you're a peasant and I'm a landowner, no one's going to fucking listen to this guy. People are going to trust my word. I'm a man of honor. I'm a man of possession. A high-standing member of society. This guy's a fucking peasant who happens to have some good shit that I want, but I can't just steal it outright. No one's going to go with that. But if he wrongs me and then I take his stuff, I will be therefore justified. So what does this Shmuel do, dude? He sets a trap, bro. Once again, dude, you got spicy poops? Can't fight fire with paper, bro. Soothe your booty after every duty with a precise stream of water. That's what I do. I have to tell you right now, dude, one of my bros, Jeff, he introduced me to the bidet. And I love my Tushy bidet. It actually looks very stylish in our bathroom too. And I'm not a handy guy. He gifted me one. And I was like, dude, I can't install this. It took me 8 minutes. It's easiest installation ever. Just easy to switch off the water. Easiest thing in the world. I'm the least handy guy in the world. I was able to do it. And I'll tell you, man, I've had beehole issues for a long time. And they have vastly subsided. I am so much more comfortable thanks to no longer having the endless wipes, dude. Oh, the endless wipes, man. I would have nightmares about that. And I'm not doing that. Thanks to washing with my Tushy. I'm washing my Tushy with my Tushy. The bidet saves your butthole, dude. I'm telling you. I love it. And with over 100,000 5-star reviews, see why millions of real pooping humans already love the Hello Tushy bidet. Every Hello Tushy bidet attachment comes with a 30-day risk-free guarantee and a 12-month warranty. I love it, dude. I'm going to use it for the rest of my life. I'm for real. The Hello Tushy bidet cleans your bum with a fresh stream of water that is 2 times better than wiping and prevents poop particles from spreading to your hands and everything you touch. It attaches to your existing toilet, requires no electricity or any additional plumbing, and cuts toilet paper use by 80%. A Hello Tushy bidet pays for itself in under a year. Stop wiping and start washing. Go to hellotushy.com/dank and use promo code DANK for 10% off your first order. That's hellotushy.com/dank for 10% off. Look, dude, recently I've been learning to speak Polish. With Babbel, you can too, because with Babbel, you can start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. It's awesome, dude. It's the best. Spanish, Russian, German, Portuguese. Multiple languages if you're really fired up. But I'm brushing up on my Polish. Czy podoba się mój podcast? Do you like my podcast? Hope you do, dude. You're listening, you're a Dankatorian. And we've got special offers from Babbel for Dankatorians, and you're going to want to hop on it, dude. So whether you're traveling this summer or not, or whether you're posting up, going to the bagel truck with my boy Tomek, who honestly, I really impressed his wife. When I said dzień dobry to his wife, she goes, what? And then I do have Polish heritage. We started talking about that. I'm making new friends. I'm feeling good. They're giving me the confidence, and Babbel's giving me the confidence with their quick, easy lessons, dude. They divide them up. Super accessible. I love the little quizzes. It's all right there on my computer. I just work it into my schedule. I love it. I stretch while I do it. That's how adult I am, dude. It's designed by people, for people, real conversations. All of Babbel's tips and tools for learning a new language are approachable, accessible, rooted in real life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching. It's not some algorithm or some computer developing. It's real language experts, 150 of them, in fact. Developed these lessons to help you start speaking in as little as 3 weeks. I'm fired up on it. I'm spreading the word, and I'm doing it in multiple languages. So right now, you got to treat yourself to the gift of new language. Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. Get you started right now. Get 50% off your Babbel subscription but only for our listeners, okay? At babbel.com/dank. Get 50% off at babbel.com/dank, spelled BABBEL.com/dank. Rules and restrictions may apply. Because the peasant has some donkeys, dude, carrying his goods and shit, dude. And he puts barley, this guy, Neptun Nakat, the Shmuel puts barley by the water. And it's a narrow pathway going along like this waterway and the land. And he puts barley out there, his barley. And it's a donkey, dude. I mean, you're a donkey, you're hauling shit across the desert, bro. You see some barley. What are you going to do, dude? You're going to fucking nibble that shit. You're going to nibble that. Boom. The peasant's donkey nibbles the Shmuel's barley. That is justification as needed. He beats Kunanump. He beats the peasant for this. He goes, I'm not only going to take your shit, I'm going to beat your ass. For allowing your donkey to steal an ear of barley from me. You allowed the donkey to do that. Now, I'm going to confiscate all your donkeys and all your other shit and say later to you. I mean, that doesn't sound just, does it, Aaron?
No, of course not. Yeah.
Sounds fucked, if you're asking me. Fucked.
That shit's entrapment.
Exactly.
Dude.
Total entrapment. Which is a great movie with Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones and has one of the best laser scenes. If you're a pervert like me, you'll treat yourself to the entrapment scene. You'll soloist yourself to the entrapment scene. For sure.
Yeah.
So this Shmuel goes, the peasant's crying out for justice. This is unjust. Come on. This guy goes, Shmuel goes, hey, be quiet. No one will listen to the complaint of a peasant against a landowner. Don't forget that. Kunanump is not going to settle for this. He gets beat, all his shit's stolen, makes it into the city that he was traveling to, the southern city, and he goes to this magistrate, Renzi, the son of Meru, okay? Meru, which is also, I think, similar spelling to a sick-ass coffee shop that I go to. He's presiding over this southern region. He's the magistrate there. And as the title of the piece suggests, the peasant is particularly skilled orator, and I would have to assume particularly skilled at going down on his wife. You know, before he left to market with his goods, he went down on his wife. Acting like there was a fucking piece of barley in there, going donkey style on that. Sorry guys, I'm being particularly blue today. Just like the beautiful background of this wall in the ATC studio, it looks fantastic. Check it out on YouTube if you're listening on, wherever you catch this podcast. But thank you for listening wherever you do. Don't forget to leave a review. Sick ass rhyme by me right there. You're welcome and thank you. Let's keep cruising. Renzi, the peasant orates his case. He suffered a great wrong. He tells him about the shmoel, tells him about the barley, tells him about the beating, and tells him even if my donkey did, or I did lead my donkey to eat on his lands, taking all my stuff is still, way too much, way too harsh of a punishment for just a single head of barley. So, the judge, however, considers it, and he simply, as a matter of a peasant at odds with a landowner, he dismisses the case. Okay? The magistrate dismisses the case. All right? Then Renzi, he's moved. He is moved by his oratory skills. On his own accord, Renzi appeals to the king. So, because it's multiple judges here, right? Renzi is the one that he likes. The other judges are like, oh, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this. Renzi goes, nah, dude. I'm going to tell the king about this, dude. The king's my boy. I'm going to go tell him about this, dude. He goes, king, listen to this story. This guy gets freaking absolutely boned over by their shmoel landowner, but you got to hear the way this guy talks, dude. This guy, I got to imagine it's got to be, Renzi gets probably as stoked as he does as everyone when Eminem in the movie The 8 Mile drops his lyrics about Chucky when he does his research, and he's like, and he went to private school, and his real name's Chester, and yeah, my buddy Cheddar Bob, because he's being humbling, and he has humility while he's speaking, and that's part of the rules of Ma'at, the pillars of Ma'at. Let me give you an excerpt here, of course through translation. If a noble action is done by one who is in authority, he will be of good reputation forever. All of his wisdom will be for everlasting. The learned man takes care of his soul by assuring that it will be content with him on earth. The learned man can be recognized by what he has learned, and the nobleman by his good actions. His heart controls his tongue, and precise are his lips when he speaks. His eyes see, and his ears are pleased through the hearing of the repute of his son, who acts in accordance with the Ma'at, and who is free from falsehood. See? Fired up. Fucking fired up, dude. He's telling the king, dude, you're a nobleman, your deeds will be recognized. My words are being heard by you, and the king hears that from fucking, by way of Renzi, and he's like, hell yeah, dude, I gotta hear this shit. But the king goes, you know what? Deeds are eternal. Words, maybe this man is so eloquent. These words should be written down and brought to him, and then he can receive his justice. So this is where it gets a little hairy, because the king, and it sort of lends itself to exactly what the landowner said, because at this point, Renzi does go above and beyond and take the peasant's case to the king, and the king is stoked on the peasant's words, but he still does not give him his justice. He's like, no, he's got to go write that down, basically what he says. He goes, write it down, then have those words brought to me. And he receives beatings. Like, what you also don't realize is this is Egypt, dude. It's harsh back then, dude. 1850 BC, dude. You're posting up. You better look out, dude. Have your head on a swivel. When you go up and if you waste the magistrate's times, they'll beat you. So he goes up like 3 times. And the king wants that to happen. And Renzi knows that. The peasant doesn't, but the peasant still wants his retribution, right? He wants his justice. And he wants the laws of Ma'at to be recognized and entrusts in those running Egypt. And unbeknownst to him, though, the king does. And he makes sure, he tells Renzi, make sure the peasant doesn't know this, because it will taint him and it will taint his story. He speaks so well, it needs to go down just as is. The king is capturing this moment because he knows it's so good. He goes, go give his wife and his kid 2 drafts of beer each day, which is so fucking rad, and a loaf of bread. He goes, dude, from the king, don't tell anyone about this. Bring his wife some fucking beer, dude, and some bread, dude. Okay, as a gift. Okay, say it's a gift from a friend who's furnishing it to him. All right, and it's from the Lord Stewart Maretza, the governor of the Salt County, to make provisions for the peasant's wife. Okay, 3 rations of grain each day plus some brew. So sick, dude. So, but then on the flip side, dude, right? It's a scale. There's balance. Peasant goes up and makes his case again every time. His speech gets a little bit tighter, a little bit danker. He gets his ass beat a little bit. They like stretch him out on the ground and hit him. Not cool, dude. There's some drawings of it. Very unchill. But look, he's sticking to his guns here, dude, and he's telling it. He's telling it how he sees it, dude. And I said 3 times. Actually, I'm looking at this 9 times, dude. This is 9 times, actually. Correct myself. So he does this 9 times. Delivers fire-ass speeches, dude. He comes up with stuff like, let me give you something, dude. Let me give you something, dude. Okay. As truly you wish to see me in health, you shall detain him here. No, that's the king. Never mind. Unless I'm fucking sick. I want to get a fucking sick-ass one. All right, here we go, dude. High steward, my lord. You are Ra, lord of sky, with your contours. Men's sustenance is from you as from the flood. You are a happy, that basically means a god, who makes green the fields, revives the wastelands, punish the robber, save the sufferer. Be not a flood against the pleader. Heed eternity's coming. Desire to last, as is said, doing justice is breath for the nose. Punish him who should be punished, and none will equal your rectitude. It's awesome, dude. It's awesome. He's calling upon the king. He's saying, be as great as I know you are. Okay? Even though you're beating my ass 9 times. Okay, dude? Look, bro. I mean, this is a step up from Code of Hammurabi stuff, dude. Okay, bro? We're posting up. There's justice. There's a court system for people to be heard. Okay? The truth will be heard. And the truth will set you free, but it's going to kick your ass first. Better believe that. So then, in the end, justice is given. Okay? The king goes, you're right. This landowner was a shmuel. It is proper that I called him a shmuel for this series. That was unjust. The things that you said shall be written down, for I am glad that you have written them. They will be recorded in the annals of history. Also, everything that landowner possessed now is yours.
Whoa.
Boom, dude. King just did exactly what that landowner tried to do and murk the peasant. He just goes, dude, I just ganked all your shit, dude. Gave it to the peasant later, bro. That's what happens. And then, who the hell knows what happens to you. I think that guy gets his ass beat. I think the landowner gets his ass beat for sure. And
eminent domain, motherfucker.
Yep. So, I mean, it's just a fire-ass story about justice. And, there's a lot of stuff to be taken away. Like I mentioned, there's that justice contradiction in there where the king the king knows, okay, this man does seem innocent, all the evidence is basically there. He's spoken his case wisely and well. I mean, the king, I guess, if he was being truly just, would have just given it to him there, but he doesn't. And then I was looking at a few different articles, and there is really no reasoning in the story that says why the king does that exactly. I mean, I kind of hypothesized he wanted it recorded in the annals of history and having it written down for due process so it could stand in eternity like it does to this day, because now it's on my podcast, which is the most legit thing in the world. But then also, it doesn't really tell you why the king doesn't just give him it right away. He does want it written down, which there's no indication among other Egyptologists or scholars of being like, oh, the cases always had to be written. That's not true. Anyway, balance is met. Harmony is met. The laws of Ma'at are met in time. The road to get there was one that was treacherous for Kun Anump. But in the end, it's freaking tight. And he delivers a fire speech. He has prose and poetry. He gives what your favorite part of every movie is when you're watching a courtroom movie, when you're watching Lincoln Lawyer. You get to go up there and watch McConaughey be like, no, freaking Ryan Felipe is a schmoll. And that's very, very gratifying. So, sick-ass story. And it's part of one of the stories that, shapes the world. You have I was looking at some article, 100 stories that shape the world. This is something that gives us a glimpse into our ancestors' morality, which is something that's really interesting. What they stood for. And a lot of it is stuff that we still like today. And a lot of it was stuff that is consistent among cultures that we might go are quite radically different. Well, everyone does have quite a few things. There are cultures that don't believe in property and that type of stuff. Some Native American tribes are that way. But, in China, they believed in property and everything like that, and competence, being able to rise you through the social order. Looks like that exists in Egypt as well. So it's interesting to see these themes, and it brings us all together. A sick-ass story, which is also what a sick-ass speech does. That's why I like listening to sick-ass speech. They bring people together. Okay, they fire people up. Sometimes it can be for bad, sometimes for good. So I'm fired up, dude. Fired up on the Eloquent Peasant, dude. So that's what I got for today. I'm stoked on that. I would say, even though I do stand-up, I enjoy doing stand-up, man, I never get more nervous than when I'm going to give a speech. I got to say, Aaron, greatest honor of my life was officiating my bro Joe's wedding. Not Marisi, he's not married, no lucky cougar out there yet, dude, locking down that fat hog. But my boy Joe P and his lovely wife Brittany, both awesome people. Dude, I was so nervous because it was their day. I didn't want to mess it up, but that's part of why it's such an honor, I wrote it down, dude. I held it in front of me. I didn't want to forget it.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I took a page out of the King's book here, dude. Not Renzi. I wanted to call the king Renzi. That's not the king, but the king at the time in 1850 BC, Egypt, southern region. I think at this time maybe there was two split kingdoms, middle kingdom. Before there was unification in Egypt, but write it down. It's good to write stuff down. It's healthy. And it also does follow the laws of Ma'at. You speak, you take care in what you say. Writing it helps you do that. So fired up on that, dude. Questions, comments, suggestions, dude. Leave some reviews. You know what I'm saying, dude? People are saying there's some, they want some more questions, and I do have one here. So here we go. Yo, what up, Strider and Aaron? Longtime listener of the pod, and I've got a major question that's been lingering on my mind for what my GF and I have calculated is about 1.25 years. I'm thinking about adding a gold chain to the wardrobe. What are your thoughts on this move? What's your take on the risks and benefits of this potentially dramatic wardrobe statement? 22-inch length, not too long, not too short. Thanks, bros. I love it. I'm all about it, dude. I want it to be, when I watched Normal People and saw Connell, and he had a gold chain, I think it was maybe 22 inches around. Yeah, I don't think that's anything too crazy. It's probably something like that. With a nice crew neck sweater, so it's not even like you're wearing a V-neck, like, hey, check out my chain, but it happens to be there. Like, whoops, I have that. Whoops, there's an edge to me. Yeah, I love it. Aaron, what do you think?
Sure.
Look, if it makes you feel tight, then you got to do it, dude. It's nothing crazy. I don't think there's any negative externality to it.
Yeah.
Hopefully the lifeguards let you wear it in the pool. You should probably take it off when you go in the pool. You don't want to lose that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm all about a little swag, dude. Get that going, bro. I want to be a gold chain guy. I don't know if gold looks good on me, but maybe like a white gold or a silver chain guy.
Yeah, silver.
Yeah, I might just do it. And not even tell my dank ass wife and have her discover that about me and go, whoa, whoops, come here, dude. Smoocherini time. So Yeah, or she might go, I don't know if I dig that. Is that you? And I'll be like, I don't know. Do I feel right? I think you got to try it and feel it, and then you'll know. And the best part is, gold's not going to devalue. You can always sell it, or give it to one of your bros who can pull it off, who already has like a couple earrings. Dude, it was gold at valet. There's this one nerdy ass valet kid. I won't say his name. Nice kid. And he leaves. Now I'm the captain at valet, dude. So I was like, hey, bro, good work today. You can head home. Like, thanks for your help. It's a little quieter right now. He rolls through in his own car, and he's got 2 earrings in. I go, whoa.
In the same ear or
different ears? Both ears. Like one on each ear.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't see that coming. Whoa. This guy like to go do homework with his earrings in? Interesting. So I don't know. I'm fired up on it. I'm fired up on taking chances, dude. I'll tell you that. And here's the thing. If you get a gold chain, eloquently describe why you would have it. Be like, look, according to harmony and justice throughout my wardrobe and through the rules of Ma'at, would you not be a dank, GF therefore to embrace and judge without holding any apprehension or ill will towards the perceived judgee? Could you possibly do that in your right and just mind? Say that it is not proper and right for me to wear such a dank ass necklace around my neck. And then if it doesn't look dank, she gets to beat you 9 times. Kidding, dude. We don't condone violence. Fired up. Thank you guys for listening. Leave a review. That always helps. Questions, comments, suggestions. Give me more. Give me them all. Fashion, history, whatever it is. Fired up on all of it. All right, dudes. Let